covering this story. We'll show you what they captured and we'll try and get into who's responsible for this violence. That's my top focus on the Newstrack.
Midnight Mayhem.
देखा जा रहा है अफरा-तफरी का माहौल है आरजी और मेडिकल कॉलेज के बाहर बिल्कुल अफरा-तफरी का माहौल हजारों की तादाद पर लोग जो है
Violence and vandalism.
हॉस्पिटल में जो झमेला चल रही थी उस झमेले में इस वक्त बहुत ही खराब सिचुएशन है, बहुत ही गर्मा गर्मी चल रही है, पत्थर मारा जा रहा है, टीयर गैस मारा जा रहा है।
Emergency ward hijacked. Thugs hijack protest for justice. Who's responsible for clashes and chaos? Big focus on Newstrack.
It was supposed to be a protest to reclaim the night, to demand justice for 31-year-old trainee Dr. Abhaya, to ensure safe spaces for women. The march across Kolkata started peacefully. Scores of women and men hit the streets. But post-midnight, it broke into complete mayhem. A mob of thugs stormed the gates of the RG Kar Medical Hospital and went on a rampage. We want to show you, first on the show, when you were sleeping last night, here's what happened in Kolkata.
Just a little after the stroke of midnight, a mob runs right amidst peaceful protest demanding justice for Abhaya in Kolkata. What unfolded next was sheer chaos and mayhem at the RG Kar Hospital, the spot of the horrific alleged gang rape and murder of a young trainee lady doctor. Storming into the hospital, a group of miscreants began by thrashing the doctors at the protest site. Then they ransacked the emergency ward. The mob vandalized the medical facility.
आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर तोड़फोड़ के निशान। कुछ देर पहले गुस्साए भीड़ इस अस्पताल के अंदर आकर जो इमरजेंसी वार्ड है उसको बिल्कुल तहस नहस कर दिया गया है।
Doctors and patients were attacked. The emergency ward ransacked. The protest quickly took an ugly turn.
इस वक्त लगातार अफरा-तफरी का माहौल है। आप देख सकते हैं कि पुलिस की तरफ से लगातार जो है टीयर फेंका जा रहा है। अफरा-तफरी का माहौल है आरजी और मेडिकल कॉलेज के बाहर बिल्कुल अफरा-तफरी का माहौल, हजारों की तादाद पर लोग जो है
The police used tear gas and lathi charge to disperse the mob.
पत्थर मारा जा रहा है, टीयर गैस मारा जा रहा है और इस वक्त सब जगह से चारों तरफ से 360 डिग्री एंगल से मॉब की हमला चल रही है।
यहाँ पे देखिए तोड़-फोड़ क्या हुआ है, पत्थर यहाँ पे गिरे हुए हैं। जो बैरिकेड्स थे, बैरिकेड्स भी उलट-पुलट हो चुके हैं। किसने किया ये अभी तक किसी को नहीं पता।
The thugs left no stone unturned, from broken chairs, tables and windows to books and papers ripped apart. This is the aftermath at the emergency ward.
RG Kar Medical Center that has now been completely vandalized, as you can take a look in these pictures. These are beds for the patients when they are brought to the hospital. Now, not just the emergency center. If you go right inside with me, you'll take a look at these pictures, speaking volumes of how all hell really broke loose right here at this center.
The mob attack conspiracy unmasked by hospital staff members.
12 বাজে 12:15 ये देखा ये पुलिस लोग अंदर साइड हो रहा है और ये एक मॉब जो था घुस करे अंदर घुसा है।
मेन टारगेट का थर्ड
उसका एक ही टारगेट था ये जो शांतिपूर्ण अवसर हो रहा है 5-6 दिन से वो ध्वंस कर।
अचानक भीड़ जो है कहाँ से आया पता नहीं, वो हाफ पैंट सैंडल गंजी पहन के कुछ भीड़ लोग आए थे और तोड़ फोड़ कर चला गया।
The victim's family labeled the mob rampage a desperate cover-up bid.
रात को बहुत यहाँ पर वैंडलिज्म हुआ इस अस्पताल के अंदर, क्या बोलना चाहेंगे? आपको ये क्यों हुआ, आपको क्यों ऐसा लग रहा है?
वो सब एविडेंस हटाने की मतलब साजिश है और कुछ नहीं है।
Was this an attempt to hijack the protest for justice, or was this a sinister attempt to destroy the crime scene of Abhaya's brutal alleged gang rape and murder? Bureau Report, India Today.
India Today's team of reporters were on the ground across Kolkata covering the protests. They were there when the mob went berserk. For a couple of hours, there was complete chaos around the RG Kar Medical College. Here's what India Today's Anirban Saha, Ritik Model, Suryagni Roy and Sneha Mortani witnessed.
A huge gathering just has arrived. Women on a candlelight vigil on the streets of Kolkata. This kind of protest, I could remember that it happened a couple of years back when incidents like Kamduni gang horror rape case happened in North Chobbish Pargana. We can see elderly people, women across the length and breadth of the society. Remember, in last couple of days, the entire city and the entire state was, mourning and protesting. But this is something unprecedented.
These are ordinary citizens of West Bengal, of Calcutta, the young people who are out on the streets demanding justice. These are protesters who are out on the streets, not just of Kolkata but of the country, seeking justice, demanding answers from the administration. Kolkata tonight is not sleeping and should not be sleeping. These are young people seeking answers from the government.
इस वक्त लगातार अफरा तफरी का माहौल है। आप देख सकते हैं कि पुलिस की तरफ से लगातार जो है accusations देखा जा रहा है। अफरा तफरी का माहौल है आरजी और मेडिकल कॉलेज के बाहर, बिल्कुल अफरा तफरी का माहौल। हजारों की तादाद पर लोग जो है आप देख सकते हैं जो है टीयर गैस शेल्स, आंसू गैस के गोले दागे जा रहे हैं, आंसू गैस के गोले दागे जा रहे हैं। कोशिश की जा रही है।
इस वक्त देख सकते हैं आरजीकर हॉस्पिटल के सामने सब कुछ मॉब ने वैंडलाइज कर दिया। अब प्रश्न उठता है कि किसने ये वैंडलाइजेशन की ड्राइव चलाई, और जो हॉस्पिटल की इमरजेंसी है वो इमरजेंसी गेट पूरी ख़राब हो गई। और इस वक्त हम देख सकते हैं कि रास्ते पर जितने भी पुलिस है, बहुत ही गंदा सिचुएशन है, बहुत ही ख़राब सिचुएशन है, बहुत ही गर्मा गर्मी चल रही है। पत्थर मारा जा रहा है, टीयर गैस मारा जा रहा है, और इस वक्त सब जगह से चारों तरफ से 360 डिग्री एंगल से मॉब की हमला चल रही है।
The situation, at least for the time being, is under control. But there was a mob that came here with the intention, the doctors here are saying, the protesting doctors are saying, to hijack this particular protest and to in fact give a bad name to this particular protest is what the doctors essentially are indicating. Take a look at these pictures of complete vandalism. This at some point in time was functioning as the emergency ward of the hospital. This was the admission counter, as you can see. And this was the emergency ward, but this is what remains of it right now after the mob destroyed this entire area.
इस वक्त मैं मौजूद हूँ आरजीकर मेडिकल कॉलेज अस्पताल के इमरजेंसी वार्ड के बिल्कुल अंदर। आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर तोड़फोड़ के निशान। कुछ देर पहले गुस्साए भीड़ इस अस्पताल के अंदर आकर जो इमरजेंसी वार्ड है उसको बिल्कुल तहस नहस कर दिया गया है। जितने भी सामान थे उसे तोड़ा गया है, जो खिड़की थी उसे भी तोड़ा गया है। यहाँ पर कुछ बचा नहीं है। सब घर जो है यहाँ पर जो है तहस नहस हो चुका है। बाहर इस वक्त रैपिड एक्शन फोर्स और पुलिस की जवान की तैनाती हो चुकी है और टीयर गैस के सेल दागे जा रहे हैं भीड़ को तितर बितर करने के लिए।
Eyewitness accounts suggest that the mob tried to reach the seminar room of the RG Kar Medical College where Abhaya was raped and murdered. The CBI team had visited the crime site just yesterday. Kolkata cops say the crime scene is untouched. Meanwhile, a TMC versus CPIM versus BJP war of words is raging over this horrific crime.
First, a renovation near the crime scene. Now, vandalism at the RG Kar hospital where a doctor was brutally raped and murdered. The vandalism and renovation gave way to charges of cover-up attempt. And amid much outrage, Kolkata top cop defended the police investigation.
We have never said that there is only one person. We said we are waiting for scientific evidence. We are waiting for scientific evidence. It takes a bit of a time. When the accused is not breaking, accused is constantly saying one thing. And we don't have anything to support. I cannot just on some kind of a rumor arrest a young PG student. I cannot do this.
His statement came at a time when Mamata Banerjee government and the hospital were being accused of botching up the horrific rape and murder case. The top cop insisted that the police have done no wrong in the case of rape and murder of the young doctor that sparked massive protests.
I'm angry. I'm extremely angry at what has happened. Why? We have not done anything wrong. And we are, because of this malicious media campaign, Calcutta police has lost the trust of the people. Because of this, whether it is a social media and this.
Adding to the TMC woes, a party leader appeared to downplay the brutal rape and murder.
एक स्टेट बताइए, एक स्टेट जहां पे रेप नहीं हुआ, एक स्टेट बताइए, एक। फर्क यह है भाजपा का स्टेट में और पहले लेफ्ट का स्टेट में कोई चीफ मिनिस्टर इतना एक्शन नहीं, विक्टिम का घर में चला नहीं गया। ममता दीदी ये करता है।
The BJP trained guns on Mamata Banerjee, claiming that her party is on the plot to destroy evidence in the case.
দফা এক, দাবি এক, মমতা ব্যানার্জির পদত্যাগ। কালকে 2000 বিশেষ সম্প্রদায়ের লোককে জড়ো করে ডাক্তারি ছাত্রদের উপর আক্রমণ করেছে। ক্ষমার অযোগ্য।
The Congress too lashed out at the Bengal chief minister.
असलियत उजागर ना हो, इसलिए बंगाल के मुख्यमंत्री हर संभव प्रयास करते रहेगी। बंगाल के पुलिस बल सीबीआई को मदद नहीं करेगी, ये मेरा आशंका है, और वो भी बंगाल के मुख्यमंत्री के इशारे पे, क्योंकि वो नहीं चाहते कि उनकी पार्टी और सरकार की भंडाफोड़ जाए।
On a day when India is celebrating Independence Day, our women are on the streets fighting for their safety. With Sneha Mordani and Indrajit Kundu in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
On the eve of Independence Day and at the stroke of midnight, in what was supposed to be a peaceful protest to claim the night, hooligans went on the rampage at the RG Kar hospital in Kolkata. The biggest question today, who's responsible for this violence? Why could the Kolkata police and the West Bengal government not stop this violence from taking place? Who are these goons? Who sent them? And what is at play over here? Why has there been such a complete breakdown of the law and order situation in Kolkata, the capital of West Bengal? Joining us on this broadcast to give us the Trinamool's point of view is Monajit Mondal. For the BJP's perspective, we have its spokesperson Radhika Khera. With us on this broadcast is Nazrul Islam, former Director General of the West Bengal Police. Dr. Anupam Bhattacharya joins us. He's a doctor, a former student of the RG Kar Medical College. I want to wish all our guests a very happy Independence Day, and hopefully this Independence Day, what we'll find independence from is fear. The right to go out to the streets for young women and men alike, and to be able to protest if they want without being attacked by these goons. Let me go across to Dr. Bhattacharya first, and because you're at the protest site speaking to all the doctors who were protesting last night, what do you think happened? Where did these goons come from? Who do you think sent these goons? Why were they trying to storm into the place where the rape and murder took place? What is it that you've picked up by speaking to all the student protesters?
Yes, what I'm going to tell that I was the eyewitness of this incident, and I was there for last 2 to 3 days. And yesterday that was a big program that reclaiming the night by the ladies, and the protester was gathered in front of our movement site, and they wanted to go to the Sam Bazar from Arjikot with a candlelight march, but already there was one program held by SFI and DYFI in front of Arjikot Medical College, and they started the on rally just before our program, and we are waiting for the clearance of the road, and after that very much one mob came there, and they was gathering in front of the Arjikot gate, and they chanting we want justice. They chanting like that. We told that we also, behalf of them, we are also wanting the justice. We just went there and tried to calm down them. But after the few altercation, they just tried to break down the barricade. Then we tried to hold it. But after the few minutes, the very much violent mob and huge number in front of the police, they broke the barricade and they entered in our college campus. Then we can realize that it's just mob. They are just attacking us.
No, but do you have any idea at all by listening to what they were saying, how they were communicating, on who these people were, what were their motives? Because in the images that are captured on our screens, they're breaking fans, smashing the hospital. These are not people who seem like they want justice. These are gundas.
Yes. They told by their voice that they also want the justice. We told that we are beside them. They just thought that the whole of the Arjikot is the rapist. I think that they just want to smash the Arjikot, and I think it's just work of the TMC goons, and they are the local people, and I think they are arranged by the TMC leaders. And they came here to destroy our college, our alma mater. And very much astonishingly, we have seen that the local police at that time, though they are huge in number, but they are unprepared, and they are also taking shelter with them in the bathroom, in the room. They locked the door with us, and they are also very much frightened, and they are doing nothing.
Okay, and you're an eyewitness, and you've really given a first-hand account of what happened. Now, I want to go across to Manojit Mandal, who was with us, and that's why I wanted him back on the show, because he was with us last night telling us that the media was being unfair, that the Trinamool government was fully on top of it, that the Kolkata police was doing a smashing job. Sir, first you've got the student protesters convinced that these are Trinamool goons who've come in because they wanted to scare the protesters, send them away. Secondly, while you will try and dispute that, what is indisputable is that on your watch, the Kolkata police was caught completely off guard, unprepared, hiding in toilets, hiding amidst students. This is not how the police behaves, and it's happening on your watch. You can't take care of our students. After you know that there is a protest, how will you protect them in the dead of the night when you don't know which rapist and murderer is running free?
First of all, the doctor, by and large, gave a faithful account of what happened, except the last part of the story, when he was confidently spelling out that they are TMC's goons. When I have the videos with the flag of a particular political party's youth wing, that is DYFI, I've sent the videos to your producers. I think you should be playing that videos as well, and if you can watch this video, they're chanting for justice with the flags of a DYFI, party, youth wing. They were doing this. They were outsiders with nothing to do with the insiders.
No, which party are you alleging these gundas belong to?
CPIM youth wing. Absolutely. I mean, and let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. 9 of them have been already arrested, and many more will be arrested. Now come back to the issue at hand. Why did the Kolkata police, Kolkata police did not do anything or could not do anything? Because most of them were apparently in the guise of students. The Kolkata police did not want to attack the students to begin with. When they understood that they were not students, they started the counter attacks. They started, shelling the guns. And in fact, many police were injured. Now, if you want to say,
sir, you are saying that some of these are CPIM goons. How do I know? No, 1 second, Manojit Mandal. How do I know that the Trinamool did not give flags of the CPIM? So 1 second. How does it benefit the left parties to go and the TMC is under pressure? The students are outraged against your government. How does it help the CPIM youth wing or the left's cause to come and do this? How do I know that these are not TMC people who've been given CPI flags or asked to chant CPI slogans?
Yes. 1 minute to answer. How does it benefit the TMC government? When the TMC government is apparently on the question, on the firing line, do you think any sane people will send their own men to attack the hospitals, the police, and the police will, silently receive this attack? One of the police officers was brutally injured. He was unconscious till the wee hour in the morning. The police commissioner gave this press conference, very emotive press conference at 2:30 at midnight. You might have shown that press conference. I would like you to show the press conference. What the police officer was saying, none other than the commissioner. So what benefit, Rahul, counterpoint, the TMC will gain out of it? Is it sanity? My dear friend, bring back logic and sanity to this incident.
Okay.
We are all looking for justice.
Let me ask, first, okay, wait. I want to go across to Nazrul Islam, who's been Director General of Police. Sir, the current police administration in West Bengal has failed completely. I mean, you know that there is a protest happening. Surely you have heightened security on the ground. Vineet Goyal, the Kolkata police commissioner, is blaming a media campaign. He's saying we've lost the faith of the citizens because of a media campaign. He now says that yes, it's possible that more than 1 people are involved. All this while he did not say that more than 1 people are involved. How do you explain the abject inability of the West Bengal police to rein in these rioters, and who do you think is actually responsible for this violence?
Mr. Rahul, you are wrong when you are telling inability. Police is able, but what has happened, it is with the concurrence of the police. I worked in the Kolkata police for 7 years. And I work there as a DC DD and DC headquarters also, who looks after the law and order situation under Commissioner of Police. So any police, Kolkata police also has an intelligence wing. And from my experience, I must say that police must have information about what is going to happen, because the attack was well planned. So when police had the information, if it was by the opposite parties, then the police must have prevented it. As the police has not prevented, the attack was organized by the ruling party gundas. There is no doubt about it. I think you have noticed the reaction of a hospital staff.
Correct.
When asked, she said that when I asked the police why you are not lathi charging the gundas, the police said we had no order to lathi charge. So there lies the problem, because the higher police authorities under the direction of the ruling party leaders did not order to take any action.
So can I hold you for a minute, because you've made a very important point, and I want Manojit Mandal to respond directly to what the former Director General of the West Bengal Police, a man who served in the police in Kolkata, understands what they can and cannot do. If these were opposition party gundas, the West Bengal Police would have come down hard, because you were trying to scare the students, because these students were protesting against you, because they were trying to reclaim the night, and this was making you uncomfortable, which is why your police stood by as these gundas from the Trinamool attacked the students attacked this hospital. That's according to the former Director General of Police in West Bengal. Manojit Mandal, respond to Nazrul Islam.
No, I'm responding by showing this video of this is the mob that first tried to break the barricade of the police. All these videos are there with you, Rahul, and with this IG. He was not DG, he was ADG, with this IG as well. I've got full respect for Mr. Islam, but we know that he is a brutal critic of Mamta Banerjee for the last 11 years. Everyone knows this. But nonetheless, I'll take it. But sir, for God's sake, speak the truth. The police, you are saying, what kind of an officer, sir, you were? You are saying the police will invite attack on themselves. That's what you're saying on TV. You are taking responsibility for that and you say that you have been a police officer.
Let Mr. Islam respond to this one at a time.
Invite attack on themselves. When one could have died. 7 police officers were injured.
Mr. Islam, the Trinamool representative showcasing some videos apparently from the CPIM youth wing alleging that they're the ones who've been arrested, that they're the ones who are responsible.
The question that police will invite attack on themselves.
Let Mr. Islam respond to that. Mr. Islam.
We have already stated that these flags or slogans can be made by the ruling party gundas to mislead the people. First one. Second, in the Calcutta police, I worked in the 7 years, and I am reiterating that the intelligence wing, which is called Special Branch in Calcutta Police, must have information as the attack was well planned. Were it not by the ruling party, that police must have prevented it. I am a police officer, I was. This does not mean that I shall not criticize the misdeeds or crimes of the police. I want to remind Mr. Mondal that Kamduni case was investigated by IGCID, and this Bineet Goel, who is the Commissioner of Police now, was the IG, and in Kamduni case, the accused person got released. And in this case also,
you are lying
what
on TV.
way they started the investigation?
Okay, I want to go across to
don't
Radhika
lie.
Khera
from
the BJP. Radhika Khera, the former DG of the West Bengal Police, is saying very clearly that if these were opposition party gundas, the government would have come down very hard and the police would have chased them away. However, there are those who are saying ye opposition ka kaam hai, that it doesn't help the West Bengal government to have gundas attack the hospital, beat up the doctors, smash fans and hospital equipment. It gives the West Bengal government a very bad name, and therefore why would they take an axe and hit it on their leg? That this is likely the job, whether it's the CPIM or the BJP, this is likely the job of somebody in the opposition. How are you looking at the violence and who do you think is responsible? Radhika Khera.
As doctors, students and public took out a massive protest in solidarity with the rape victim, with the doctor who passed away because of at the hands of a Sarkari rape, a mob comprising of about 1,000 odd people with goons broke out into the hospital, tempered with the evidences. This is allegedly what has come out. They've tempered with the evidences. They've tried to destroy many parts of the building, especially the crime scene. But the police was helpless. We didn't know anything about it. We couldn't handle it. We couldn't manage it. That is what the police was saying. And police has continuously been saying, oh, we had no idea. There was a mob. We couldn't control it. At the stroke of midnight, this was the 78th Independence Day in an India Alliance's tallest leader, Mamta Banerjee, ruled West Bengal. Why? Should the Chief Minister, who is also the Home Minister, not resign? Why is there not an inquiry being held into this? We saw that just the same day that this entire protest broke out, during the day before the CBI reached the place, the rooms next to the alleged seminar room, they were broken down. Why is there been a continuous process to hamper and touch the evidence across the entire hospital? Maybe as per what we know right now, that the only one room was used. We don't know what happened in that entire area. There were no CCTV cameras. Why is there an attempt again and again to hamper the evidence? Nobody's talking about that. And very easily they're saying they're goons from another party. Why are those particular goons, if they were from the opposition party, why would they go and destroy the evidence? Nobody's talking about that.
You know, you've also heard, Manojit Mandal, comments from the doctors that they tried to barge into the precise seminar room where this violent incident took place. It almost seems as if, you know, whoever these people were, they were trying to save the accused. And you've already got opposition parties alleging that they believe that many of these goons belong to the youth wing of the Trinamool.
I really... Please, can I now speak? I think you have said the same thing again and again, madam. You have said the same thing again and again. Just destroying.
No, I waited 20 minutes to speak.
Okay, Manojit Mandal, give her 30 more seconds. Let's give her 30 more seconds. Yes, Radhika Khera, please go on.
You know what is even more appalling, Rahul, is the fact that the India Alliance is mum on this entire issue. It took 5 days for Rahul Gandhi to take out one single tweet. He has not tweeted, he has not given a statement. The Congress is not talking about what has happened in the midnight over here. Nobody's talking about it. They're ignoring it. Can you imagine the leader of opposition is silent on something as heinous as this that is happening in West Bengal just because they are alliance partners? The drama that is unfolding. Do you remember what happened when Nirbhaya happened? And this, I believe, is even worse than what happened then.
Seconds now.
You cannot
No,
compare
in fact, the Congress party has now
opposition.
spoken out. Rahul Gandhi has put out a statement. Yes, it is correct that it was late, it was belated, but he has spoken out against the Trinamool. Yes, absolutely. Okay, wait, I just want to pause the politics just for a moment. I want to go across to one of the best-known actresses from West Bengal, someone who's been a member of parliament from the Trinamool, now in her independent capacity as an actress, as a well-known resident of Kolkata. Mimi Chakrabarti now joins us. Mimi, you've grown up in the streets of Kolkata, and leaving all the politics aside, you know, what goes through your head? Kolkata, according to people who live inside the city, those who stay outside in the rest of the country, is supposed to be one of the safest cities in the country for women. A young 31-year-old doctor raped, possibly gang raped, murdered in what is supposed to be a safe place, her own office, her own hospital. You know, at this moment, you know, how are you wrapping your head around what's going on and the kind of anger and anguish that we're seeing on the streets?
No, it's not possible to wrap your head around what has happened here. So I have left my house when I was very young. I'm a girl from North Bengal who had her dreams, who came here. And my parents had sent me thinking that Kolkata is safe. Kolkata has been the safest. I have studied in colleges here. I traveled with my friends, went to buses, everywhere. But we were always proud to share the post that, you know, Kolkata is one of the safest countries, states of the country. But what has happened here in my home, like in my city, which is called the City of Joy, makes my blood boil. Everyone here is enraged with anger, and yesterday I was on streets with my Kolkata people, with my sisters, with my brothers. I was on streets because I believe what we want is justice, and justice should be served as soon as possible, because justice delayed is justice denied. What I have said, I have posted, and I stand by it. All we want is justice, that's it.
How do you think in this case justice can be done? You know, given how these students have been angry, they've been attacked when they were protesting, they were trying to reclaim the night. What's the best path to ensure that justice is actually delivered in this case, Mimi?
See, Rahul, when I was on streets yesterday, I was there. I was seeing like every lanes in Kolkata was protesting, and that was a silent protest. Everyone was marching with candles and sitting there singing songs, Ravindra Sangeet, everyone. Suddenly, some goons from somewhere lands up and starts hitting the police, the authority who is supposed to take care of us, and the doctors. I cannot stand for it. No one stands for it. You cannot hit anyone you cannot do it when someone is doing a silent protest. You are getting inside the hospital, you are vandalizing things, and this is not what Kolkata has seen ever, and I do not stand for it. And as you asked that what justice we want, I can't say we, because a lot of people don't stand up for capital punishment or But I stand for it. I want him to be hanged till death, and this should be done in a fast track way, so that this sets an example that even before laying your hand on a woman, you should think twice and 100 times that what you are doing and what the consequences should be. So the punishment should be such that it sets an example not only here, in this entire country, in this entire nation, that boys are not meant to rule this place at night. We women, it's not our fault that we are women, and whenever we are on street, we are targeted. It shouldn't be like that.
I hear your anger, I hear your frustration. You're asking for immediate justice. You know, the bond between the police and the Kolkata citizenry has been broken. The police commissioner said so himself. You know, how do you think the administration should be trying to assuage the concerns of these young doctors, mostly women who are protesting, who are kind of feeling terrified because if they're not safe in a hospital, how will they be safe out in the streets? How should that bond be rebuilt, you think? What are the actions you'd like to see for that?
See, what I think is that the administration should hear out to the doctors and ensure their protection. I believe there should be enough forces in and around the women right now who are doing this peaceful protest, and definitely in front of Arjigar. And not only Arjigar, each and every hospital here right now.
I'll leave it over there. I appreciate you taking time out to join us. Mimi Chakrabarti, former Lok Sabha Member of Parliament, prominent voice from Kolkata, was out on the streets herself in solidarity with these young students demanding immediate justice. I want to go across to Dr. Fawad Halim, senior leader of the CPIM, because remember, Manojit Mandal and those from the Trinamool are alleging that this is a CPIM youth wing conspiracy, that they claim that they've arrested some people who are CPIM youth wing workers, that the left front was responsible for this violence. Dr. Fawad Halim, how do you respond to those like Manojit Mandal who are blaming you, your party, the CPIM's youth wing, saying it's you, it's your party, your supporters who barged into the hospital, beat up the doctors and vandalized the hospital?
Well, the first thing I'll tell you that the problem that occurred in Arjigar last night it has its own what you call connotations. And the first thing that you get to understand is that when we speak in Bengali and when we speak in English, the description of the floors are different. For example, the ground floor is called Ektola, or equivalently, the ground floor is called the first floor in Bengali. The chest department, the seminar room was on the third floor, which people who had gone there to vandalize the hospital understood as Teen Tola, which is second floor, and they vandalized the second floor. So one has to clearly keep in mind that these people had gone in to actually ensure that the crime site, the crime scene, the evidence were totally destroyed. Fortunately, the description in English of third floor and the way we represented in Bengali, Chartola, was not taken into account, and they understood as Teen Tola, and they went to the second floor and they destroyed it. So you have to have a very clear understanding that the intention of these vandals was to ensure that all evidence is wiped out. If you look at the meticulous way that they have destroyed every floor up to the second floor, which is equivalent to Teen Tola in Bengali, then you will understand as to how they have been motivated to ensure that all evidence is absolutely erased. The discrepancy in the language in English and Bengali has saved the situation to a great extent. One has to keep in mind that this follows the previous day where without any written order, the health department started to break the walls on the same floor in which the crime scene had taken place, and the adjacent rooms, the rooms that were occupied by the doctors, nursing staff, and everybody who works on that floor is shared across those rooms. Where the body was found, that room is just adjacent to the rooms in which the government itself had sanctioned work. We are raising the concrete question as to how that government order...
No, those are very good points, but I want you to respond to the specific charge that these are CPIM goons who've done it. That's what the West Bengal government is alleging. Yes, let's come straight to that point.
I am coming to that part. You have to understand this background as to why the TMC is making this feeble attempt to put the blame onto us. The third thing you have to keep in mind, if you go through the clips that have come out from the resident doctors in RG, you will see very clearly that as these hoodlums are entering the gate, the police march out. There are a sequence of clips. I request you to go through it meticulously, and you will see as to how these goons are entering the campus, and on the other side, how the police are marching off the campus. Those evidence are already available. Now, given this background and given these evidences, one has to understand that the police today has given out a very, very feeble request that these are the people whose pictures we have in our what you call as evidence. Please identify them. This is the feeble attempt made by the police. One has to keep in mind that this allegation that the the left, who was marching towards Shambazar, where the peaceful protests was being held, these goons, on the other hand, they enter into the campus. The first thing that they do is they attack the demonstration site.
Correct.
That is where the people were actually demonstrating, the doctors, the residents of RG Medical College, the nursing staff, and all other categories of health workers who was raising the question, leading the movement. That was the first site that was attacked. And just moving on to that, they entered, they destroyed the first floor, and they destroyed the floor that I said previously was controlled.
Dr. Anupam Bhattacharya, you've got this ping pong taking place now. No, 1 second. The Trinamool very conveniently seems to be blaming some CPIM youth wing workers. Everybody else completely convinced that this was an attempt, a brutal attempt to ransack the crime scene. You're on the ground. How do you respond to the likes of Manojit Mandal, who despite knowing what happened, instead of taking responsibility, feeling chastened, feeling terrible about what happened, are trying to now blame their political opponents for this?
I think as the motto is the tampering of the scene, tampering of the crime site, number one. Number two, to intimidate the protester. And number three, to break down the movement what is ongoing in the RG. I am completely sure, and I am the eyewitness, I am completely sure that it is the work of TMC.
How are you completely sure? When you say it, given that he's saying that there are these 9 youth wing CPIM people they claim to have arrested, and anybody can chant any slogan, how do you know that these are Trinamool goons?
That I am telling, that at first the rally started by the DYFI, youth wing of the CPIM, then it is continuing with the some other masses. Okay, but I think that in some photo and some video, and some DYFI protester with also kicking at the door. But I think it is just 1 and 2 supporter of the DYFI may kick the door. But what they destroyed, and how the extent of the destruction, and how the way the police is already very much silent. And I am very much sure that it is the work of the TMC. Other than that, if it is work of DYFI, then I think police maybe some proactive state.
Manojit Mandal, respond to the doctor, respond to the people of Kolkata and West Bengal, because ultimately you don't need to convince me. You need to convince your voters, you need to convince your citizens. Your government needs to give them safety and security. They need to feel on your watch that they're secure. As of now, that bond, even the Kolkata Police Commissioner accepts, is completely ruptured and broken. The citizens have no faith in their police.
First of all, thank you very much for doing your best to muzzle my voice. You are trying to do that, but I will take that also, because I know what are the compulsions that you have. You are allowing them uninterrupted time for 5 minutes. You're not allowing me to even speak for 50 seconds. The fact remains that there were hundreds of such rallies midnight. Even in my university, I was witnessing from a distance. Nowhere, nothing has happened. The same police that you are saying that the trust has been broken down, the same police protected everyone across the city and the state. But the police is saying this because of you, because of your malicious campaign. I dare to include a channel like yours as well, and pardon me for that.
Because of that, the trust is getting broken. And for God's sake, no evidence has been destroyed. No evidence. If you have any faith in the CBI, ask them if the evidence has been destroyed. Or the CBI, everything has been handed over to the CBI. Kolkata police had made this press conference. The Binit Goyal was very emotive, saying that nothing has been destroyed. The crime scene is protected. Even a responsible doctor like Fuad Halim has said that the people in outside my university, they are also left-minded people.
Okay, Radhika Khera, final words as I run out of time. This is a classical case of trying to shoot the messenger, but final words before I wrap up.
Rahul, when we are talking about when there is talk about the crime scene not being destroyed, we all know that Labour Minister in TMC government, Nirmal Maji's son, is one of the persons who we are assuming is accused, as well as the Irrigation Minister Somen Mohapatra's son is also part of this. This is what has come out in the initial investigation. And Mamata Banerjee is doing a drama now that she is going to hold a protest on August 17th. Is she going to protest against herself? Well, if she needs to come out and protest against herself, that woman should resign. She is the Home Minister and Chief Minister of a state and the only woman Chief Minister in the country. Let me remind everyone sitting here on the panel and those screaming and shouting to put my voice down. She is the only woman Chief Minister in the country, and this is the state of West Bengal under her governance. And she is going out to take out a protest against her own self. If she is a failure and she is so helpless, why is she still as the Chief Minister? She should resign. She cannot manage the state. She cannot manage anything in the state. And she's protesting against the state.
Nazrul Islam, what do you make of this protest by the Chief Minister? Very rare for a Chief Minister to protest against something that happened on her own watch, where not directly but indirectly and by being the super boss of the state, she's also responsible, not just the Kolkata police, and she's protesting now over the weekend and saying hang the rapist by Sunday, which clearly can't happen because there has to be a trial, there has to be a conviction, so what she's asking for is impractical.
Mamata Banerjee is expert in doing or saying something, and intention is different. And from this case, from the first day, she has been saying that if the case is investigated by CBI, she has no objection. But in the High Court, the state advocate, which surely is acting as per her advice, opposed the handing over the case to CBI tooth and nail. So what she said and what he instructed the lawyers are different. So what she is doing is to mislead the people and for the media persons to cover up the crime. From the beginning, the Calcutta police is doing it.
You know, you've heard different perspectives on this broadcast.
Mr.
This seems to be a classical case of wanting to shoot and browbeat the messenger. Blame the media for what is happening, not look at what's happening on the ground. These are women who are coming out not because of the media. They're coming out because they're outraged, they're feeling angry, they are feeling insecure, they're feeling unsafe, which is why they're looking to reclaim the night. And when these goons come out and attack them, attack the hospital, it shows that things aren't totally under control as far as the law and order in West Bengal is concerned. That's a lot for the Kolkata police and the West Bengal government to look at. This story is far from done. There is anger and outrage which continues. We will track it no matter who thinks what, and we'll continue doing so all through the day, all through tomorrow and in the days to come. I'm slipping into a break. I'll have more for you when we come back on the other side. Stay with us back in a moment.
Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
एक दोस्त है जिससे बात किए बिना हम रह नहीं सकते, बातें घंटों की हों या कुछ सेकंड्स की। ये दोस्त हमेशा हमारी बात सुनता है, क्योंकि हमारा सबसे अच्छा दोस्त भगवान ही तो है। मंगलदीप, दिल से करो बात भगवान के साथ।
60 साल बाद लगातार तीसरी बार आपने हमें देश सेवा का मौका दिया है। मेरे 140 करोड़ देशवासी, आपने जो आशीर्वाद दिए हैं, उस आशीर्वाद में मेरे लिए एक ही संदेश है, जन जन की सेवा, हर परिवार की सेवा, हर क्षेत्र की सेवा और सेवा भाव से समाज की शक्ति को साथ लेकर के विकास की नई ऊंचाइयों पर पहुंचना, 2047 विकसित भारत के सपने को लेकर के चलना, उसी एक संदेश को लेकर मैं आज लाल किले की प्राचीर से हमें आशीर्वाद देने के लिए मैं कोटि कोटि देशवासियों का सर झुका करके आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। मैं उनके प्रति नतमस्तक होता हूं और मैं उनको विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि हमें नई ऊंचाइयों को नए जोश के साथ आगे बढ़ना है। हमें सिर्फ जो हो गया है वो संतोष मान करके बैठने वाले हम लोग नहीं है, वो हमारे संस्कार में नहीं है। हम कुछ और करने के लिए, कुछ और आगे बढ़ने के लिए और कुछ और नई ऊंचाइयों को पार करने के लिए हम आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं। विकास को, समृद्धि को, सपनों को साकार करने को, संकल्प को लिए जीवन खपाने को हम अपना स्वभाव बनाना चाहते हैं, देशवासियों का स्वभाव बनाना चाहते हैं।
India's Olympians were at the Red Fort today as the Prime Minister addressed the nation. Later, they interacted with PM Modi at his residence. We leave you with these images of the Prime Minister's meeting with our sporting heroes.
Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
एक दोस्त है जिससे बात किए बिना हम रह नहीं सकते, बातें घंटों की हों या कुछ सेकंड्स की। ये दोस्त हमेशा हमारी बात सुनता है, क्योंकि हमारा सबसे अच्छा दोस्त भगवान ही तो है। मंगलदीप, दिल से करो बात भगवान के साथ।
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Hi, I am AI anchor Sana, bringing the top headlines for you, presented by Motorola. Nitish Kumar targets Lalu's family, accused them of promoting their own family members. PM Modi expresses concern over Bangladesh unrest from Red Fort, says Bangladesh must ensure safety of minorities. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge slams RSS, says those who didn't participate in independence movement are giving advice to Congress. Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 37 and minimum 28 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 29 and minimum 26 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 34 and minimum 27 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 30 and minimum 24 degrees. Chennai, maximum 32 and minimum 28 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 32 and minimum 24 degrees.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.